today we get to know a little bit more about who Mr. Organik is. So tell us where you're from.
First and foremost, Mr. Organik, I'm originally born and raised in San Diego, California, southeast San Diego. So I was, nurtured and gathered all my greatness from. Then I moved to Illinois, probably like in 7th grade, a small town called Farmerdale. I was there from like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Then I moved back to San Diego, 11th grade. Ended up moving back to Carmerdale, graduated from that small town in Illinois, and proceeded about my life.
Tell me how is it going from the West Coast to the Midwest,
right.
You know what I'm saying, that transition back and forth. What was the challenges growing up, like trying to keep friends, trying to keep, relationships or however that may be, to get you to where it is now? Like, do you still have people that support you from back then, or did you lose some friends? Like, tell me that journey to get to where you are now.
So basically, I always moved a lot too. Even when I was in San Diego, my mom always moved a lot, so I was always a new guy. So I always was accustomed to being that face, a different face. Everybody want to know you, get the new girls. The new guy was always the coolest motherfucker, and I'm coming in like this. So everywhere I go was nothing but love, to tell you the truth, which is a blessing. I didn't get that much, aggression or disrespect. It was more so like, who is this guy? And my whole life I always was a new guy, so I actually loved it. So every time I moved, I was excited. That was a new adventure for me.
Tell us where the name Mr. Organik stemmed from. When did you decide, like, this is my name, this is where I want to go from, you know what I'm saying? This is how I'm going to live my legacy.
I say about 6-7 years ago, I was just using the word organic so much. Like I said before, I said in a few interviews and just in passing that I always looked at different creators or people that had their own trendy shit they said and did, and I always admired that. One was Max B. He always said wavy. I'm wavy, and I was like, man, that's so cool because the world's 70%, 75, 80% water. It makes sense. It's connected to a lot of shit. So if you're wavy, it's like you're really in control of the world. So I always connect a little shit like that. So I was like, my thing is gonna be organic because I'm always fresh. I'm gonna be always real. I'm always gonna be original. I'm always gonna be healthy. I'm always gonna have growth. And that's when I started running with organic, saying it all the time. People just call me Mr. Organik.
Yeah, that's.
Boy, I was about to go in that pocket on you, boy.
You keep that big thing on.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. We got company. We got Mr. Tall Guy here. This just happened.
Organik. Yeah, he do a little clip, that little kick block.
You know what I'm saying? We look out for local sneakerheads. You ain't been on complex sneaker shop here, so I got one up on him. I got the tall guy. I got Mr. Organik here. So
what's that? What's champ?
We just check out the car. So we might want to hold on.
You start that business over.
But yeah. About the gargoyle game. One of them ones.
I break everything down, So once I started running with the word organic, I said it so much, like I'm just feeling organic. How you doing organic? I like that bitch organic. I asked organic. Everybody's like, man, you Mr. Organik, and that became what it is. Whole nother shit is just so legendary. I was 3 Bs before that, but Mr. Organik became the character I really wanted to be from being a brand. So I always seen it like what lasts forever. Characters, cartoons. You know what I'm saying? That shit lasts forever. So I'm like, okay, superheroes. So Mr. Organik,
I get that feel from you. Now that you explained it, I kind of get that feel from you.
Yeah, so that's why the beer, everything, I explain everything. So the gargoyle game, how that came about is my favorite cartoon as a kid was Gargoyles. I used to watch it all the time. And I just loved it because I have bad insomnia. I couldn't sleep at night. And as I'm watching the show, they wake up at night and they stay up all night to the morning, just like me. So I just like sympathize with them. That's how I feel. Then they fly, and it was just 2 things I always knew I was. I'm fly at the same time, but I'm hard, like a gargoyle. So I got wings, but I'm made out of stone. Don't play with me. Yeah. I ain't walking around just trying to be tough and bother people.
Yeah.
But nigga, do not play with me. You know what I'm saying? So that just symbolizes who I am. So I'm hard and fly at the same time. Gargoyles are always on top of buildings, so you're always on top. They own churches, so they with God. Devil has the demons. God got the gargoyles. So know what I'm saying? I'm a ferocious individual, but I'm chilling. I'm on the right side, but we got to go to war. I'm ready. You know what I mean?
I
So,
like that.
and then the immortality of it too. My bad to cut you off. It's like gargoyles live forever. They made out of statues. So that's how I see myself and my brand. It's gonna be here forever. I'm not, but I'm gonna immortalize what I do. I'm gonna immortalize my presence on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. You recently popped up on an Instagram video of LA press ratio,
Okay.
and you ended up on the highest list of not being pressed by LA gang members.
Right,
so
right.
put a simple fact that
Yeah.
niggas ain't finna run up on you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got that big ass gun
Oh, yeah.
somewhere, whatever it is. It look like this damn Phantom. No bull.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw that. Shout out to my dog was Xavier TV.
Yeah,
funny
he, man,
motherfucker,
funny,
man.
bro.
I'm
Shout out
gonna do a
to
collab
Xavier.
with him. Shout out to him. And yeah, I mean, you know, LA real. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but respect for the streets. I come from the streets, and thank God I made it out of it. So even that situation that happened in Inglewood, when somebody tried to rob me, I fought them off. You know what I'm saying? I came out on top of that, but that's the streets. You gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tiger, but there's wolves out here, and you walk. If a tiger go to in the woods, the wolves gonna get him. If a wolf go to the jungle, the tiger gonna get him. So you gotta accept it where you at. So thank God I got good rapport with a lot of people out here, and I appreciate the respect. But I don't want to problem with nobody because it goes both ways. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I prefer to be positive and get that good energy to the people.
How do you feel about the whole little COVID situation? Like, how has it affected you, and like, what have you been able to do and maneuver around to still keep Mr. Organik relevant?
Yeah. The COVID situation is serious. I remember when it first was coming about, a lot of people thought it was a game until you go to the grocery store, you can't get toilet paper. Go to the grocery store, you can't get milk. And then motherfuckers started getting in shock mode, and that put people in perspective. And then people around you get it, people around you dying. And it got real. For me, I always knew that, you know, this is part of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of, like, I'm not afraid of bad shit because I understand that comes with it, so I just adjust. My back gets swallow harder. So what I did, I actually had the best year of my life through the COVID situation. It made me hustle harder. It made me dab into more products. So I was like the first one to make custom masks. And I made a whole lot of money with that and donated a whole lot of money to help balance it.
I see that.
Yes, I was like the first one to do that. Then I made my own sanitizer. I made my own soap. So it actually turned my hustle up. And it actually made me sit back and appreciate the blessing I have of being an entrepreneur, being independent. So it made me go harder, so I appreciated it. I don't like what's happening, like everything's shut down, people dying, people getting sick, that shit's fucked up. Yeah, that shit is crazy. And then like scamming shit and all that, like somebody tried to use my name and try to get some SB loans and shit, but my shit too bulletproof. Called it, yeah, I'm like, come on, you picked the wrong one, but motherfuckers, it's kill or be killed out here, man, but it's crazy.